All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Chef Baker here again, trying to get in the frame properly, working on that stuff too. Thank you for everybody that watched the first video. If you haven't, there's not much. You can catch up with that one and then watch this one if you have some time. But the current video tonight is brought to you by Air Done Right HVAC. It's Air Done Right, AIRDONERIGHT-HVAC.com. At a house during a hot summer makes for a pretty miserable environment. Believe it or not, the temperature of your home greatly affects your mood and your ability to get things done efficiently. Unless you want to spend the rest of your day sweaty and frustrated, it's in your best interest to utilize an HVAC company like Air Done Right in Philadelphia, PA for air conditioning service. With years of heating and cooling experience, you can trust us to get your system up and running so you can enjoy a cool indoor breeze. Again, hire Air Done Right for residential HVAC service today. All right. Shout out to Jermaine and Raquel, husband and wife duo out here running a business together. They've done great work for our house. They've done great work for people in my family and in this area. I always see his truck and he doesn't even see me, and I've always seen him working, so shout out to them. And if you look on their YouTube, there's one of my favorite actors is in one of their commercials, so you can check that out. But today we're continuing like the hand sanitizer. I made it, and I'm just gonna skim through or run down the recipe real quick so that you can like see how it was taken care of. So the one stem of aloe vera leaf, stem leaf, whatever you want to call it. There's certain different types of names that people use. 1.5 cups of 90% or more alcohol, 3 to 5 drops of essential oil, water as needed, filtered depending on skin sensitivity. Only thing with the water is it's going to help you break it down just a little bit more. Use filtered water and fresh bottled water. So first step in the process is split the leaf long ways down the middle. Peel back skin and scrape flesh with spoon and small knife. Get a fine strainer or cheesecloth over a bowl or wide mouth container. If you don't have that, a brand new stocking or stocking cap. I prefer the cheesecloth, but what we had here, I didn't have any cheesecloth. I used a China cap, which is like a strainer that we use in the kitchen. Push the aloe vera through with a knife or a spoon. I use a chef knife. You can use the back of a spoon to push it through, to get it through. It's a very slimy like consistency. My chef suggestions during that time is like, please wear gloves. It's probably in your best interest if you wear gloves. So sterilize a mason jar or a container to hold the hand sanitizer, and consistency should be of like slime. You want to pour the gel into the jar that you got sterilized, and you're going to add alcohol to that jar very slowly and like swirl it around with a spoon. Then you want to put that back into the hot sterilized water in the jar. So like keep it inside this and then put it inside the pot. Don't pour it inside. Like if high school kids were reading it, they would pour the whole bottle inside the pot. But anybody else, or even high school kids watching the video, put the jar directly back into it. What you're doing is getting the aloe back to a temperature so that it molds with your alcohol. You want to take, and you want to let's just sit it there for 20 minutes. You want to take 5 drops or so of essential oil. I use the orange flavored essential oil. Whatever you like. If you don't like orange, you can use something else. But if you have multiple flavors that you want to put in, you take smaller batches in smaller jars. The ratio of gel to alcohol is 2 to 3 at 91%, but below 99%. If it's 99%, it's 1 to 2 because the alcohol is a little bit stronger and it's like very potent. So it does its job without so much aloe vera. I like the lower strain, like the lower 91% of alcohol, because it gives me more space to use more aloe vera. In comparison, you yielded off this recipe, you got 2 cups yield. and that cost us $2.11. And I'm using a jar that I used before, and it's just, I didn't cost that in. I didn't cost the water in just because it's already in there. But a store-bought bottle, currently comparable bottle is 300 milliliters, which is 1.5 cups, and that's $7.59. So right then and there, I hope that you see that. I'm not telling you to go out and buy aloe vera and all that stuff, but be mindful. Like, if you're able to make something and it's at the store, and you're just like, I want to do a project or I want to spend some time, you have a 14-day shelf life hand sanitizer, and right there in front of you. All right, so there's a recipe for that. I hope that was educational to you. But other things that we're talking about is like stuff that I use currently right now in my house. And there's a lot of containers, and I still use tape at home. Not that big of a deal, but just so that everybody, me and my wife, like, we know what's in the fridge and what's going on. But the croutons, I make croutons. My kids, one of those things, like, my people spoil their kids. I am people. My kids definitely don't eat all of the bread when they want to. So they leave the crust. They leave the crust right there, and it's kind of just like that little rim of crust. And basically, I started cutting off the crust before they ate it, and I would dice that up and make croutons. And all I really did was just made it into little snacks. So they have croutons in front of them and just chilling during the day, like while they're doing their classes, or if they want to take a break, and they're not constantly bugging me to get snacks. So that's one way of saving like money. Another way right now, my mom said it, that her mom, my grandmother, used to save all the fat. So like from like any type of dripping fats, whatever you're eating in your house, if you're eating chicken, you're eating beef, you're eating bacon, any type of fats that you're using, you're reconstituting the fat and putting it back into the food for one more usage. And eventually, if you get enough, you can melt this down and deep fry it, and it's probably some of the best food that you'll eat. And you're saving money. Talk about that in a second. My wife was cutting up chicken yesterday for dinner, and I said, I'll take the chicken skins. And what you can do with the chicken skins, you dehydrate them with salt and pepper, labeled, of course. Dehydrate them with salt and pepper, and you have like a little snack there too. So a lot of this stuff is reconstituted snacks for my kids, but it can be used for garnish on a plate. Like, you didn't even know it, if you wanted to like heighten your plate. And I'll show you some of those techniques as we go along. But the other thing is, I took the scraps from the aloe with some apple cores in here, carrot pieces, and carrot peel that I took from dinner and lunch and all the stuff that was going on, and I give that to my neighbor because of his compost pile. And that's how he operates. He has the space to do it. Like I would, but I just don't have it. He has a space, so I give it to him, and he definitely uses it and throughout the gardens in our area. And so there's just like stuff of being like reusable, and like give it back to the earth so that it helps it grow. So it's one of the things that I think is like the deal that like makes the neighborhood go well too. It's a communication factor between me and him. And if other people are doing it, we're making our neighborhood like a little bit better because we're working together. Outside of that, I'm trying to cover up that cheese spot. It didn't sponsor anything. Outside of that, that's it. Coming up on the next video you'll probably see is I'm going to be talking about like using leftovers. Like I said, people spoil their children. I am people. I put a plate in front of my kids the other day, and they were like, we had this yesterday. And I just was like, who raised these children? But that's what we want to do, is educate. Like, they see it one way and then you do it a different way. They think it's something brand new, but they're using leftovers for something else. Don't let it sit in your fridge too long until it goes bad and you're just like, I'm not going to eat it. Use it when you can and try different things. That's what chefs do, is like, I want to try something different. So I have a real interesting one coming this Friday for your weekend that you might want to check out. Thank you for everybody for watching. Hope to finally like get this going again. Got to dust off the GoPro. It's charged up. It's got the card in it, and we just got to get that going back in business, and real excited about that. I hope everybody's doing well, taking care of yourself. Make hand sanitizer, even if it's not like for now. Just have this recipe handy. Save it for yourself. Save some money, save some time. Do an activity with your family members, and you'll see that hand sanitizer is the way to go. All right. I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you real soon. If you're interested in sponsoring a show, and sponsoring is just like me giving you a shout out, showing you some love, and I'm seeing that you're respectable in the community. But if you feel like you want to jump on board and say like, yo, send me some love too, let me know, because I'm just reaching out to like my friends and family and any people that I know, so that you can get a good grasp of what everybody's doing in the community. And if you have something that you want me to cook, if you had it at a restaurant before quarantine, you've been making it at home and you're having some issues and you need some advice, I'm here to help. I'll do my research and do the best that I can. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Stay safe. Be well.